She was born with a diamond spoon in her mouth, the cherished princess of the nation's top Chaebol family. But drowning in luxury became boring. Today, she made a rebellious choice to flee the gilded cage and taste the common life. Disaster struck instantly. At her very first drink stall, a cunning merchant saw a walking ATM and scammed her blind. He charged $6 million instead of 60. Naive as a newborn, she tipped him her entire fortune and ran off proud of her independence. Now penniless in the concrete jungle, she faced the brutal reality of labor. But her business sense was non-existent. She accepted buy one, get one free deals from customers. She traded inventory for cheap booze. The shop became a charity ward. The owner returned to find his store plundered. Naturally, she was fired faster than lightning, failing one job after another. A whole day of survival challenge left her doubting her very existence. Exhausted, she collapsed in front of a roadside stall. The aroma was divine. Desperation took over. She lifted her tear-stained face, begging for a meal on credit. Rejected. Her head hung low like a wilted flower. But her pitiful aura pierced the owner's defenses. He gestured for her to enter. But there was a test. Instead of serving her, he ordered her to cook. A Chaebol princess, she summoned a lump of culinary dark matter. She braced for a scolding. Miraculously, he ate the burnt offering with a smile and handed her a coin. Fate had just signed a contract. And thus, a chaotic partnership began. The rhythmic sound of chopping knives echoed like a drumbeat of war against hunger. The master chef's voice boomed, "Stations ready, the battlefield awaits, we open now." Outside the legendary food truck, the masses gathered. The moment the shutters rose, phones across the city lit up. The God-Chun Food Truck was live. Chaos erupted. Even public buses hijacked their own routes just to get closer. Passengers screamed, "Driver, this isn't the route." But the moment they heard the destination, "The God-Chun truck is here." Rage turned to frenzy. "Step on the gas, driver. Forget the bus stops." Schools descended into anarchy. "Professor, where are you going?" the lecturer from Ion University declared with burning eyes. "Get out of my way. Fail the class or let me eat. The choice is yours." Corporate slaves abandoned their desks. Who cares about the clients right now? God-Chun has returned. Even the team leader was already sprinting toward the truck. Meanwhile, in a shadowy surveillance room, screens flickered with data. The elite were watching. Report livestream viewers for the God-Chun truck have breached 100,000 no. 200,000. Wait, it's crossing 1 million. A stunning beauty, a superfan of the culinary legend, clenched her fists. "I won't be late this time," she vowed. "Destiny will not deny me a taste of God-Chun's cooking again." People from all walks of life in every corner of the city froze. The king of street food had arrived. She would not miss this chance. As God-Chun lifted the tarp and adjusted his cap, an army of hungry souls awaited. This is the legend of the God-Chun Food Truck. But to understand the glory, we must rewind the clock to the dark days. Flashback. A filthy, rotting apartment. A young man lay curled in the fetal position, crushed by the weight of the world. His phone buzzed with death threats. Prime capital. Hang gang capital. Unpaid debt 1,030,000 won. If we don't hear from you, we come for your organs. He stared into the abyss. He had lost 300 million won. A group buy investment scam. They promised high returns for writing reviews. It sounded like a dream job. It was a nightmare. The money was gone. But the true torture wasn't the poverty. It was the self-loathing. He had been a fool. Family disowned him. Friends who used to borrow money now blocked his number. Complete isolation. Broken, fired, and alone, he befriended the bottle. A loser like me, the only option left is to disappear. He raised the glass, ready to drink himself into oblivion. Suddenly, a scent cut through the alcohol fumes. It was a smell that commanded attention. He turned. A battered sign read, "God-Chun's Food." He clutched his last few coins. The old master stirred a pot of gold, his eyes sharp. "Why do you look like a corpse, boy?" The young man's defense mechanisms flared. "Don't speak to me like you know my pain, old man." But the master didn't rage. He saw the hunger in the boy's soul. He plated a fresh batch of takoyaki. "I don't know your story. I just know you're starving. Eat, it's on the house." Free food. His mouth watered instantly. He took one bite, and his reality shattered. Boom! The crust exploded like a supernova. The soft dough pulled him in like gravity. Chewy octopus bounced on his tongue like a meteor shower. The sauce and flakes formed a galaxy of flavor. It wasn't just food. It was warmth. It was salvation. In the freezing winter of his life, he finally broke down and wept. That single bite of takoyaki held more warmth than his entire frozen life. The old master charged him a mere 3 coins, a mercy to save the young man's crumbling pride. Seeing the despair in the boy's eyes, the old man asked gently, "I do not know what hell you have walked through, but look around. Life is not over yet, is it?" The young man looked up, desperation, burning in his gaze like a dying ember reignited. "I want to do what you do. I want to create food that saves souls. The master didn't offer pity. Instead, he tossed a headband right at his face and roared, "What are you waiting for? Get in the kitchen." And so the wheel of fate turned. 3 years later, the young man who once sought to end it all in the snow now tightened that very headband, ready to open the doors to his own destiny. He carried a philosophy carved into his heart. He had served under Master Deok-chun for 3 years to repay that kindness, yet the debt weighed on his soul. Even now, he felt the weight of a debt that a lifetime could never fully repay. He could almost hear the old master's phantom scolding echoing in the kitchen. He could hear the ghost shouting, "Watch the heat, you fool, it is too hot, keep the flame low." The nagging voice was as clear as if the old man were standing right there. "Please watch over me from the heavens above. I will make the name God Deok-chun legendary across the entire nation." He was so focused on thanking the master in paradise that he accidentally dumped an entire bag of sugar into the pot, surely making the old ghost scream in the afterlife. Meanwhile, in a completely different world, a legendary 5-star restaurant stood empty, void of customers with only terrified staff scurrying about. 2 waitresses whispered in the corner, trembling. Is it true? Did someone really rent out the entire 3-star Glamos restaurant just for themselves? Sitting there in suffocating silence was a woman of breathtaking beauty, but ice-cold expression. The sole heiress of the world-leading SH Group. Her name was Nam Se-hee. A simple search online revealed a life of absurd luxury. She commuted to graduate school by private helicopter. Her latest check-in post already had 109 million comments. The helicopter wind destroyed the campus lawn again. The school must do something. But the school and the lawn belonged to the SH Group anyway. Just how much money did she have? Netizens begged, "Se-hee, please marry me." The SH legal team was always on standby. She once rented a private island for a party and called it no big deal. People assumed she lived in eternal bliss. Everyone envied her, believing her life was paradise. But they did not know that deep within her soul, Nam Se-hee despised every second of this existence. It was truly horrific. This fake plastic life where everything she wore, ate, or did was scrutinized by the world. It was a silent poison. It had drained her spirit completely. These dishes, decorated with gold and jewels, were made only to flatter her ego, devoid of sincerity. They tasted only of greed. Suddenly she gagged. The staff watched in horror as she retched into a napkin. "Oh my God, the VIP is sick." Panic erupted in the hall. Se-hee thought bitterly to herself. "Even food prepared by the world's top chefs makes me nauseous. My body rejects this lie." In the end, only emptiness remained, a void that no amount of money could fill. Even if she spent hundreds of billions, she was just a mannequin in a glass display case. She was dying inside while forced to stand tall before the world. On the drive home, the words slipped out of her mouth. "I cannot breathe." The driver immediately panicked. "Miss, shall I open the window for you?" When she did not answer, he turned around to check on her, but the back seat was empty. She had vanished from the moving vehicle. It was dangerous. Where could the young miss have gone? Looking out, he saw his mistress leaping over barriers like an action movie star. The driver felt dizzy and dialed the emergency line. "Mr. Kim, we have a crisis. The young miss has disappeared. She left everything behind. It will be impossible to track her down for a while." The golden bird had flown the cage. Meanwhile, Nam Se-hee was savoring her first taste of freedom. She would live as the real Nam Se-hee, even if just for a fleeting moment in time. She looked at the checks in her hand, enough to buy entire store chains. But being naive, she wondered, with only a few checks of 10 million won, how long can I survive? Okay then, I will just get a job like a normal person. She stared intensely at a hiring poster outside a convenience store. Urgent hire, 13,200 won. She did the math in her head. 13,200. That must mean 1.32 billion won per hour. That sounds acceptable. And just like that, she was hired. "Welcome to the store." She stood before a customer whose face was twisted with rage. The customer yelled, "Since it is buy one get one free, if I only buy one, it is half price, right?" Nam Se-hee smiled brightly. "Yes, of course." Then a drunk old man tried to swap an empty soju bottle for a full one. She did not get angry at all. "Yes, certainly, sir." Moments later, the owner arrived to check on things. Se-hee, is everything okay? He froze, horrified by the apocalyptic chaos of his store. The shelves were empty and revenue was zero. What made it worse was Nam Se-hee's innocent, beaming smile. Yes, she was fired instantly. Kicked out of the 24-hour store, she sighed. Goodness, people are so short-tempered. Just go home. But she went to the next shop. Once again, she was thrown out on the street. The owner screamed, "I should have known when you started acting like a Chaebol princess." By the third store, no one could handle her lack of common sense. "If you keep acting like this, we cannot work together." Her employment streak was a disaster. Defeated, Se-hee wandered into a cafe to buy a latte. "Here is your white vanilla latte, miss." She wondered what she had done wrong. I smiled and was very polite. Taking a sip, she asked, "How much is this?" The barista decided to play a little joke on the pretty girl. He made a finger heart and winked. "For you, 6,000,000 won." Hearing this, she was terrified. 6,000,000 won, that is expensive. She slammed down a stack of checks worth hundreds of millions of won on the counter and ran for her life. "I am sorry," the barista was left speechless. I was joking. After discarding her last assets in a panic, Nam Se-hee was finally penniless. The brutal life of a commoner had truly begun. Is this really the end? Se-hee penniless, powerless, a complete zero. Then a scent drifted by, heavenly. She lifted her weary head. The aroma pulled her toward a glowing food truck. The owner caught her staring a lost soul. The boss broke the silence. "How many do you want?" But she stood, frozen words trapped in her throat. "Is she okay?" he thought. "She's odd." Finally, her voice trembled. "Do you accept credit? I've been fired from every job I had." The boss's reply was cold steel. "No, no credit." But the spirit, Deok-chun scoffed, a healthy girl without 500 gold. She sighed, shoulders slumping in defeat. "I really am useless," she thought. Seeing her despair, the boss felt a pang of pity. He didn't know her story, but her eyes. They mirrored his own dark past. "She's just like I was," he realized. Decision made. He signaled her. "Get on." Se-hee froze, suddenly finding herself inside the sacred workspace while he stood outside. What is happening?" she panicked. Then came his command. "Make me one red bean pastry, now." She blinked, confused. "Me." But he didn't waver. The test had begun. "I'm waiting. I'm starving, so make it fast." With no escape, Se-hee scrambled to obey. Her hands shook. "Just pour the batter here. How many beans? Is it done yet? Please let it be edible." But fate was cruel. The result was a charred black disaster. Guilt crashed over her. "I'm so sorry. It's ruined." She felt like a fish trapped in a drying tank, gasping for air. But then, the impossible happened. The boss picked up the charcoal-like pastry and ate it. Every last bite. Se-hee stopped breathing. "It's burnt. Why didn't you stop?" Instead, he pressed a coin into her hand. "Payment for the meal," he said calmly. "You can't find a job, right? Want to work here with me?" Silence stretched between them. He frowned. "If you don't want to, but..." He was wrong. It wasn't hesitation. It was awe. Se-hee felt the sparks of destiny ignite. She seized his hands, eyes burning with determination. "I want to. I really, really want to." And so the new recruit began. Her radiant smile charmed every customer. "Thank you. Please come again. See, I'm useful." The boss glanced at the mountain of burnt failures in the trash. He sighed. "You're acceptable." But his sarcasm flew right over her head. "Thank goodness, I'll work hard." As she beamed, he stepped back, flustered. "By the way, my name isn't Deok-chun. It's Rune." But a sneeze cut him off. She missed it completely. "Call me whatever, as long as the shop gets famous." With a gentle sigh, he draped his jacket over her shivering shoulders. "Never mind. You worked hard today. Wear this." In the background, Deok-chun gagged on the romantic tension. The boss asked the fatal question. "Where do you live? I'll drive you." Se-hee froze on the bike, unable to speak. She curled into a ball, the truth choking her. "I finally found a job, but I have nowhere to return to." The truth dropped like a bomb. Both men were thunderstruck. Homeless. A girl dressed like a princess is homeless. Unbelievable. He shoved the day's earnings into her hand. "Take this. Find a hotel. Now." But when he looked closer, her face was flushed, tears shimmering in her eyes. She's about to cry. Damn it, he thought. She really knows how to make a man worry. Defeated, he sighed. "Fine. Come with me. I only have instant noodles." "That okay?" Se-hee's eyes lit up. Amazing royal red, spicy seafood flavor. "I haven't had that in 5 years." A heavy silence fell over the men. Just how poor has she been? Little did they know she was just tired of her rich family's strict diet. Suddenly, she scooped up a cat. "Ah, this kitty looks just like Brother Deok-chun," the boss shrugged. "Just a stray that wanders in." "Oh," she exclaimed. "I thought this was a warehouse, but it's actually the cat's house." It made sense. Muddy paw prints everywhere. His brow twitched. "This is my house." They stared at each other blankly. "Excuse me, say that again." The bubbling pot snapped them back to reality. "Soup's ready. I'll get a bowl. Just wait." Se-hee attacked the bowl like a warrior starved for 3 years. So cute, he thought. "Eat up. There's plenty." Suddenly, a gourmet critic awakened within her. "The spice is intense, yet the noodles are creamy." How? He revealed his secret. Beaten eggs and a splash of milk. The key is coating the noodles in the egg mixture after boiling, then adding the broth last. She drained the bowl and collapsed onto the floor a satisfied puddle. I haven't been this full in ages. Thank you for the meal, Brother God-Chun. I'll just sleep right here. I've troubled you enough. I can't ask for more. I cannot impose on you any longer. Her voice drifted off as sleep claimed her. Occupy the entire bed. Seeing Nam Se-hee curled up on the freezing floor like abandoned kitten, the owner's chivalrous spirit could not stand idly by. He reached for the divider. I will simply draw the curtain. You take the bed. But once the barrier was set, the territory left for our hero was a mere 30 centimeters of space. Nam Se-hee worriedly asked, "Are you not cold?" To which he replied with stoic heroism, "Not at all." From the heavens above, the spirit God-Chun roared in frustration. You foolish boy, acting cool while missing the perfect chance for romance. Nam Se-hee lay upon the soft mattress, whispering a heartfelt gratitude. Thank you. Today, for the first time, I felt the thrill of forging my own destiny. Brother God-Chun, you were the first soul to truly believe in me. This is the first time I have lived as my true self. The real Nam Se-hee. She clenched her fist. You gave me a precious day. I swear I will change your life, no matter the cost. She poured her heart out, yet only silence answered from behind the curtain. Unable to resist, she peeked through, only to find him sleeping like a log. Brother God-Chun. Suddenly, a blinding light, bright enough to illuminate 18 past lives, blasted into the room. Even the spirit God-Chun was blinded by the radiance. What in the heavens is that? It was the search party. They had finally located the young miss. Target confirmed. We are initiating extraction. Without hesitation, the agents snatched her, escaping through the well. Open window, she screamed in despair, reaching out. Brother God-Chun, the spirit wailed in grief. No, my perfect daughter-in-law. Yet the main character slept on, oblivious to the world. The next morning, he awoke to chaos. Sunlight pierced the room. The curtains danced in the wind and shattered glass littered the floor. He stood there confused. What on earth happened? Unaware of the abduction, he went to open his food truck as usual. But the spirit God-Chun was drowning in depression. I thought I finally found a daughter-in-law beautiful, enough to rival the stars. Wait. She looked exactly like the Nam Se-hee from the advertisement. The realization hit the old spirit like a truck. Nam Se-hee. Why did I not see it sooner? He recalled her vow from the night before, I will change your life. Regret washed over him. That is what she meant, he screamed at the hero. Run ho, you fool, you missed a golden opportunity. She caused a scene and vanished. You will never see her again, but as if summoned by fate itself, Nam Se-hee suddenly materialized at the food truck window. I have returned, Brother God-Chun. The owner was stunned. How is she? Here. You left without a word. Broke my window. He is everything all right. Suddenly, she produced a check and handed it to him. This is a token of my gratitude for yesterday. A small gesture, please accept it. God-Chun's eyes nearly popped out of his spectral skull at the zeros. 1,000,000,001. Is this woman a goddess of wealth? Nam Se-hee stepped inside, asking, does the menu change today? Without a second thought, the hero tossed the check into the trash can. The spirit, God-Chun, nearly bit off his own tongue in shock. Fried chicken, the hero replied calmly. In his mind, he thought, this woman is definitely unwell, giving me a fake check like a child. Nam Se-hee was surprised by the menu, but God-Chun was losing his mind. You idiot, that was real money, daughter-in-law. Tell him it is real. Ignoring the chaos, she smiled brightly. How can I be of assistance? God-Chun wanted to scream. Are you blind? The hero tried to shield his eyes from her. Blinding beauty. Mix the batter. Nam Se-hee suddenly felt the weight of the world on her shoulders. Batter I have. Mastered 15 languages, including Chinese, Spanish, English, Hindi, Arabic, and Portuguese. I can play 7 musical instruments perfectly. But mixing batter? This is my greatest challenge yet. Still, she tied up her hair with determination. I will give it my all. Noticing her luxurious attire, the kind owner warned her. Your clothes will be ruined. Are you certain? Nam Se-hee did not hesitate. She unbuttoned her cardigan. Do not worry. I anticipated this and prepared more suitable attire. She revealed an outfit so comfortable it made the innocent hero blush as red as a tomato. I am ready. But her clumsiness was legendary. She knocked a bowl of rice cakes straight into the boiling oil. Disaster was imminent, Brother God-Chun. A terrifying hiss filled the air. Luckily, the hero's reflexes were godlike. He shielded her with his own body. Hey, are you hurt? Nam Se-hee felt time stop. Being this close to him, her heart began to race. What should I do with this man? Suddenly, a heavy, oppressive aura descended upon the truck, forcing them to look up. Nam Se-hee's eyes widened. Mother standing there, was the terrifying chairwoman of SH Group Yoon Hee. She radiated power and dominance. She scanned the studio, her eyes cold as ice, searching for the one who should be there. Where is Se-hee? Her subordinates trembled. Apologies, the young miss has not arrived yet. We cannot reach her, Yun. Hee whispered to Chief Kim. Chief. He responded instantly. Yes, chairwoman. Her gaze sharpened like a blade. I will find her myself. Back at the food truck, Nam Se-hee called out to her mother. A group of men in black suits surrounded the tiny stall like a mafia army. God-Chun was paralyzed with fear. Chairman Yoon Hee. The men advanced without a word, their intent clearly hostile. The hero sensed the danger immediately. Who are you people? Nam Se-hee shouted. Brother God-Chun, the battle was about to begin. 5 seconds. That was all it took to pin the boss to the cold hard ground. A voice cut through the chaos. Chairwoman, let him speak first. Was this a desperate plea for mercy? Or a futile attempt at denial? Seated at a cheap plastic table with a simple box of rice cakes, the contrast was blinding. Yoon Hee sat like a queen on the sofa while her daughter scrambled for excuses. Mother, please, we were just truck owners for a single day. It is the truth, you have to believe me. Yoon Hee pierced a piece of fried chicken with deadly precision. What is the price of this? The owner answered instantly. 10,000 won. A cold sneer curled the chairwoman's lips. 10,000 for a single piece. Truly, this is fodder for the peasants. Did the owner intend to explain? Further, he never got the chance. My daughter, she interrupted, her voice dripping with ice. You know exactly who Nam Se-hee is, do you not? The owner was already sick of this arrogance. I have no idea. Her eyes narrowed. You feign ignorance of our status. How bold. Or perhaps, she continued, you simply have feelings for Se-hee. The owner denied it flatly. No. But the chairwoman and her assistant let their delusions run wild. So it is love then. The owner felt like jumping into the Han River. Even the holy waters couldn't wash away this injustice. No. She pressed on relentless. Did you spend the night with Se-hee? Panic seized him. Do not misunderstand, chairwoman, please. We only ate ramen together, another fatal mistake. Stop right there. I have heard enough. She rubbed her temples as if in pain. The assistant trembled in fear. Chairwoman, are you all right, doctor? But the owner pushed to his limit, slammed his fist onto the table. Can you not listen to a single, full sentence? Nothing happened last night, but his outburst was met only with the razor-sharp glares of her entourage. Are you merely toying with her then? The owner sighed, all energy leaving his body. It is not like that. Her rage spiked hotter than before. If not that, then do you seek marriage? A lowly street vendor dares to dream so high. She snapped her fingers at manager Kim. A briefcase clicked open, revealing mountains of cash. The entire room gasped. The owner was baffled. What is the meaning of this? Nam Se-hee shouted, desperate. Mother, stop this madness at once. Even the spirit of God-Chun watched in disgust. Who does she think she is, treating our Junho like this? I never wanted to deal with these poverty-stricken people anyway. But the moment Yoon Hee dropped the number 100 billion, won the ghost instantly. Changed his tune. Oh my god, Yoon Hee. Tossed the money into the air. The ultimate display of overbearing CEO power. Take this. Money. And marry her. The owner froze his brain, short-circuiting. Excuse me, marriage. Nam Se-hee covered her face, feigning shyness. Oh, stop it. Mother, please. You are embarrassing me to death, but she wasn't finished. However, Yoon Hee continued, there is a condition. The owner cut her off instantly. I am not interested. Her eyes sparkled with amusement. What a feisty son-in-law. Do not be so afraid. Just destroy that filthy food truck, join my SH group, and become a husband worthy of the heiress to the empire. You must raise yourself to her level. The trap was sprung. His face went dark. He slammed the briefcase, shut with a definitive thud. I knew it. You are after the truck, aren't you? Yoon Hee blinked, genuinely surprised. What? His voice dropped to a growl. My nose is sensitive, and I smell a scammer. Yoon Hee smirked. I admire your guts, but I despise things I cannot control. His patience snapped. The negotiation was over. He grabbed his box of chicken, ready to leave. Perfect, because I refuse to be controlled by anyone. Do not seek me out again. And that goes for you too, Nam Se-hee. Se-hee felt the sting of rejection piercing her heart. God-Chun. Back at the headquarters, she exploded at her mother. Why did you do that? I have lived my whole life as your puppet. For the first time, I found something I wanted by my own strength. I finally found someone I like. Do you despise God-Chun because he doesn't earn 10 billion a month? Or because he lives like a stray cat? Yoon-hiri sipped her coffee, the picture of icy calm, waiting for the tantrum to end. Are you quite finished? I care little for your flings. No man is worthy of our bloodline anyway, but if you want him so badly, I will arrange it. That wretched truck. We simply need to destroy his business. So be a good girl and obey the SH way just as you always have. That's my daughter. Meanwhile, back at the food truck, the owner gently wiped a stain from the old photo of God-Chun. I gave you a fright, didn't I? Worry not. The legacy you left behind. I protected it. He had no idea the spirit was screaming in agony. You fool, you threw away 100 billion won. I could die of anger. Is that so? The owner was lost in his own thoughts. Nam Se-hee. She reminds me of my past self. I wanted to help her. But was it all a lie? Was she targeting this vehicle? From the start, I almost fell for it. His eyes hardened. Fine. Let them try. I will wager my life to protect this truck. Far away in a room the size of a palace, Nam Se-hee sobbed uncontrollably on her 200-square-meter bed. Manager Kim tried to console her. Please calm down, miss, she choked out through her tears. This is all mother's fault. He must be so hurt right now. 100 billion is nothing to us. But God-Chun told me never to return. What do I do? What in the world should I do next? My precious, adorable little God-Chun. I must stay by his side and protect him at all costs. God-Chun, I think I have completely fallen for you. Suddenly a brilliant idea struck her like lightning. I have got it. She sprinted out the door and grabbed Manager Kim in a frenzy. Manager Kim, prepare everything immediately. We need to shock her. Young miss, what is the sudden emergency? Nam Se-hee whispered with mysterious intensity. A proposal. One peaceful morning, just as our humble boss woke up. Ah, the weather is perfect for business today. But wait, is that a helicopter chopping through the early morning silence, and are they towing a truck away? He stood frozen for a moment before reality crashed down. Hey, that is my truck. Panic exploded in his eyes. Since running was too slow, he instantly switched to his bicycle. The moment the notification "Ralajactor Viles, payment complete" chimed, he grabbed the handlebars and pedaled as if his life depended on it. Give me back my truck. What is this madness? He kept pedaling until his lungs burned, finally arriving at a strange location. And suddenly Nam Se-hee appeared like a ghost. God-Chun, I have prepared this with all my heart. She pulled down the silk cover to reveal a behemoth of a vehicle. It is a one-of-a-kind, super-luxury truck custom-built just for you. A culinary yacht that transcends the limits of a simple food truck. How do you like it? From now on, let us live here together. But before she could finish, the boss's voice rang out, trembling with pure fury. You. What the hell have you done? To understand this reaction, we must look at Nam Se-hee's delusional fantasies. She dreamed that while she was cutting ingredients, the boss would come from behind and embrace her, God-Chun, and he would whisper, I told you not to do dangerous work. Nam Se-hee would reply with a pout. But I also want to be useful to you, God-Chun. I just want to help you. She thought he would calmly accept her gifts. I have given you my everything after all. I love you, Hyung. Manager Kim's voice shattered her daydream. Young miss, please wake up. What is so good about that man that you have reduced yourself to this state? Just look at your own assets. 180 properties. A valuation of 900 billion won. The symbol of the air passed down from the founder of the SH Group, the blue diamond heart of the sky. The largest in the world, coveted by every tycoon. A collection so priceless that commoners do not even know it exists. The total value of your private art collection is currently estimated at 30 trillion won. A private art storage that shakes the very foundation of the contemporary art market. The SH Archive. 10 times the scale of the International Space Station. 12 climate satellites exclusively developed by SH Group to control the Earth's weather. A private space station floating 30,000 kilometers above the ground. The SH Paradise. Not to mention, the SH submarine fleet hidden across the 7 seas. Independent 30-story buildings in the centers of Tokyo, Paris, New York, and Seoul. Compared to everything you possess, that man only has a single truck. Nam Se-hee gave an answer that showed absolutely no ambition for money. But God-Chun has filled a void in my heart that no treasure ever could. Among the Lord, countless things I own. I never truly wanted any of them. Yet this is the first time I have desperately craved something and feared losing it this much. That moment, with God-Chun on the food truck, it felt like I was under a magic spell. Who I am did not matter. The God God-Chun Food Truck. There was a happiness there that Cannot be bought with money. That is why I prepared this. For my own sake. Because I want to be happy. Manager. Kim was moved to tears by her raw emotion. Nam Se-hee was absolutely confident in her master plan. Of course I will also make Deok-chun the happiest man in the world. I will change everything for him. Just like a reverse Cinderella. Deok-chun, do not worry about a thing. Just put on this glass slipper and come to me. However, the boss's reaction shattered her illusion into a million pieces. Deok-chun only stared at her, questioning her with intense rage. What the hell is this? Don't you dare tarnish that name. Nam Se-hee stammered, terrified. Doc. Chun. Why? Manager Kim stepped forward, shielding his lady with his body. You dare. Where do you think you are going? But the boss showed zero fear toward the intimidating butler. I have been tricked once before, so I know your type well. Using sweet words to lure people in, only to steal everything in the end. With eyes full of suspicion, he turned his back on them. So stop playing games. I won't be fooled again. Miss Nam Se-hee. I don't care if you are a Chaebol or whatever. I have no intention of giving up the name God Deok-chun. Try taking it if you dare. Don't even think about touching my food truck. But, alas, to a girl blinded by love like Nam Se-hee, his hostility was completely misunderstood. My wealth doesn't matter to him, he says. Try taking my heart if you dare. Oh. Her face practically spelled out the word perfection. To her, he had just scored maximum points. Today was just another day of business as usual. Enjoy your meal, watching. Secretly from afar, Nam Se-hee giggled with delight. I will help you sell out today, Deok-chun. But the boss's sharp instincts picked up on the gangster-like men standing in front of him. Selling out is great, but something smells very fishy here. When he handed a hot dog to a customer, the man praised it before even taking a bite. Absolutely delicious. The boss was left speechless. You haven't even eaten it yet? He looked around suspiciously, causing Nam Se-hee to flinch in surprise. The boss continued to shout, Next customer please, handing a hot dog to the customer, but the guy praised it before even tasting it. Absolutely delicious, leaving the owner completely speechless. You haven't even eaten it yet. His suspicious gaze swept around, making Nam Se-hee jump out of his skin. The owner tried to continue. Please enjoy your meal. Ordering food. A masked figure demanded, I'll take every hot dog in this establishment. But the owner saw right through her. Not selling to you. She vanished and returned, shape-shifting like a phantom. Hot dog, I still recognize you. I said no, Nam. Se-hee covered her entire face. Hot dog. He ripped the mask off in a rage. You stick like a leech, Nam Se-hee. Exploded with fury. Why only ban me? You're too cruel. Give me a fighting chance to plunder your stock. While the owner wondered how someone could be so shamelessly bold. Se-hee screamed in despair. What must I do? I am prepared to sacrifice everything. Suddenly silence. The owner had closed the distance, wrapping a strong arm around her waist. Asterisk. Badump. Badump. Asterisk. Her heart hammered. I'm not ready for times this times. Is he puckered up for a kiss? Seeing her lips twitch, he asked in horror, What are you doing? Se-hee opened her eyes, dazed only to find her body trapped inside a kitchen apron. He spoke coldly. If you want to eat, earn your keep. Working for it is better than your family's money. Se-hee tore the apron off. Yes, Deok-chun, I am ready. The owner lost his mind. Not that kind of ready. Put clothes on. After a futile struggle against her madness, Se-hee was finally sealed within a suit of full-plate armor. Good, he sighed. Now work. Se-hee replied, gloomily. Yes, sir. But this domestic battlefield was being recorded by the camera of Chief Kim. She sent the final photo. Yes, Chairman. Target acquired. I will handle him. Later, while showering, the owner received a notification. Who is it at this hour? It was Nam Se-hee. Let's date this weekend, Deok-chun, he texted back. I'm busy. But she persisted. I'll wear this outfit. Look how pretty. He didn't even bother replying. He ghosted her completely. The next day, spirits high, he drove to a new location. He had won the bid for a stall at the theme park, a golden opportunity. He prepped the snacks instantly. Perfect. Business is ready. But why was there absolute silence? Past opening time, yet not a soul. Was a storm coming? Standing in the eerie quiet, he realized Nam Se-hee had materialized behind him. Deok-chun, I have arrived, he gasped. Why are you here? Is this SH Group territory too? Se-hee replied calmly. No. But not a single customer will come today. Before he could process the shock, she dropped the bomb. Because I bought every ticket. His soul plummeted to the abyss. Scammed again. The rent was 5 million won. If she kept blocking his path like this. Hearing her add, I rented the whole park for a month just for you, he saw the vision of his own bankruptcy. But she, oblivious to his financial doom, smiled like a flower in a greenhouse. Now focus only on me. Tak-jun. From the shadows, Chief Kim watched the couple playing secretly reporting. Over the phone. I will neutralize him, Chairman. On the other end, Yoon Hee-ri was seething. I will take direct command. Chief Kim, stand down. Kim felt a stab of betrayal. He doesn't trust. Me, I will prove my worth. The young miss is rebelling because of this man. If I remove the dangerous element, I win. I must seduce him before they get together. I spent 5 million won on dating courses for this mission. Theory mastered. Step 1. Continuous eye contact. Her method, staring him down while sitting backward on a roller coaster. The only normal human Tak-jun was speechless. Tak-jun. Then came the attempt at accidental skinship, a calculated graze that failed miserably. Se-hee, after the ride, asked innocently. Wasn't that fun? She opened her eyes to see a miserable owner. Oh my Tak-jun, your clothes are soaked. How wonderful. I have something I want to do with you. He couldn't take it anymore. Are you kidding me? But he was. Dragged away. Forced to change clothes. Tada school uniforms are the peak of romance. Let our youth begin, Tak-jun. She tried to steal a kiss, but his defense was absolute. Even on the bouncy ride, she hugged him with the grip of a constrictor snake. Can't breathe. Chief Kim brain, short-circuiting, charged in. I cannot lose, but the ride shifted, and her balance betrayed her. Hey, catch me, the owner sneered. Some bodyguard you are falling like that? That comment ignited her warrior spirit. What? What did you say? She dragged him down. To the ground. Catch me. After the chaos, she watched him holding the mistress confused. Why didn't he fall for me? Impossible. My theory was flawless. Desperate times called for. Plan B. While on the teacups, she grabbed the wheel and spun it with the force of a hurricane. Nam Se-hee. It wasn't just a simple spin. The male lead was being tossed around like a rag doll. According to Chief Kim, this was a legendary psychological tactic. Induce dizziness, then brainwash the opponent. Her theory, if she screamed, like me while he was disoriented, his subconscious would obey. Chief Kim spun him with the fury of a tornado, making everyone in the room nauseous just by watching. Finally, the boss couldn't take it anymore and slammed his hand down to stop her. Enough! What do you think you're doing? But Chief Kim's brain short-circuited instantly. He touched her hand. In her delusional mind, this wasn't self-defense. It was passionate skinship. Was this the start of a fiery romance? Had she just shaken his heart? She stammered for him to let go, but our logical male lead refused. Why? Because if he let go now, the centrifugal force would make him vomit all over the floor. He had no idea the woman opposite him was writing an entire romance novel, in her head nearly falling for her own trap. This man was truly built differently. Suddenly panic set in. The lady couldn't see this, but when Chief Kim turned around, she realized her precious lady Nam was also swaying, completely dizzy from watching them spin. My lady, my apologies. A moment later, as the dizziness faded, a thunderous sound echoed through the room. Nam Se-hee's stomach roared like a beast. Mortified by such an unrefined noise, she turned her puppy dog eyes to Chief Kim. Oh no, so embarrassing. Quick, tell him that was your stomach. Hurry up, Chief Kim, the loyal servant, immediately complied. Understood, my lady. But the boss wasn't having any of it. Hey, I heard everything, just now. Despite his protest, Chief Kim doubled down with a straight face. It was my stomach, sir. The audacity left him completely speechless. I said I heard everything, whatever you say, sir. Just then, Lady Nam spoke up. Mr. God-Chun, I need to use the restroom. Wait right here for me, okay? As soon as she left, the atmosphere shifted. Chief Kim's voice dropped. Hey, want to make a bet on a shooting game? The boss narrowed his eyes, finally seeing through Chief Kim's bizarre behavior. You've been acting strangely this whole time. What is your actual goal here? Once again, Chief Kim recited a line straight out of a third-rate romance novel, channeling her inner villainess. I'll be blunt. Choose now, death or fall in love with me. The boss frowned, utterly confused. What kind of nonsense are you spouting? And that gun in her hand. It looked suspiciously modified. Chief Kim continued her threats. I am graciously allowing for you to like me. So stay away from my lady. The boss couldn't comprehend this level of insanity. Seriously, why were these people trying to get rid of him? Listen, even if you gave me a truckload of cash, I wouldn't want her. Please take her away. And keep her. How dare you reject a woman pointing a gun at I? Before she could finish, a loud bang echoed the boss's shoulder. Exploded in pain. Panic seized him. Is that a real gun? Chief Kim looked furious, her eyes burning with obsession. You don't need her. Our precious lady. The boss collapsed to the ground, clutching his injury. My shoulder. Are you crazy? But Chief Kim? It wasn't finished. Rubber bullets. Used for riot control. But don't test me. I can easily turn that arm into scrap meat permanently. Last chance. Say you like me. Dealing with someone this unhinged was impossible. The boss realized logic wouldn't work here. She's a lunatic. I need to run. Just as he turned, he saw Nam Se-hee returning. Mr. God-Chun. Without hesitation, he scooped her up in a princess carry. Lady Nam Se-hee, forgive me, Nam Se-hee. Just returning from the bathroom, was clueless. Huh. What but? To Chief Kim, the boss's intentions were clear as day. He's taking the lady hostage. God-Chun. If I can't have you, then I'll just have to tear you apart. Later that night, at an NE3, abandoned school, God-Chun tried to use fear as a weapon. Welcome to the cursed school. But Lady Nam, whose brain was smoother than a polished mirror, beamed with joy. So you finally agreed to date me. The boss waved it off. Yeah, sure, whatever. Just stay close to me. In reality, his plan was simple. I'll hide here and kill some time until she leaves. Lady Nam, however, was trembling with excitement. Yes, Mr. God-Chun. Little did they know, in the shadows Chief Kim was, watching their every move through hidden cameras. I can't believe he walked right into my trap. I renovated this entire place beforehand. Nam Se-hee proudly introduced the location. This haunted house is the park's top attraction, Chief Kim smirked confidently. With my lady's reflexes and stamina, these traps are child's play. It's not bad, actually. It feels super realistic. While Chief Kim wondered if the boss would survive, God-Chun was already sweating bullets. This was too realistic. Lady Nam grinned, finding it all thrilling. Suddenly, sharp darts flew out of the darkness. The boss froze in terror, but luck was on his side. Lady Nam tackled him to the floor. Don't worry, Mr. Go. I'll stick to you like glue and protect you. The boss had only one thought racing through his mind. If I stay here, I'm actually going to die. Meanwhile, watching from the control room, Chief Kim realized something was wrong. Wait a minute. Isn't this too convenient? At this rate, he'll end up saving the lady and playing the hero. Suddenly, her flashlight died, sparking her temper. My flashlight. Useless piece of junk. Since she couldn't see, Chief Kim decided to become the boss monster herself and attack. What the hell? The boss barely dodged a lethal kick from the shadows. He screamed, "This is insanity," but when he looked up, the attacker had vanished. Where did it go? Chief Kim, seizing the moment of confusion, lunged from above. God-Chun Nam Se-hee. At that exact moment, curiosity got the better of the lady, and she pressed a mysterious button. What does this do? Instantly, a massive metal cage crashed down, trapping them all together in the dark. This sensation, Chief Kim suddenly froze her heart, stopping as she realized the impossible. In the chaos, she had landed directly on top of the boss, and their lips were touching, trapped together in that small space. Chief Kim froze time, stopping as she realized her lips were brushing against the boss's. Through the veil of fabric. A kiss. Overcome by shyness, she made the first move. You scoundrel, I'm going to kill you. Yet the poor owner's mind was filled with only one desperate thought: I want to go home. Nam Se-hee reached out to him, no time to lay about. She dragged him toward the merry-go-round while Manager Kim chased relentlessly behind them like a hound from hell. Don't you dare escape me! Standing trapped, Nam Se-hee marveled at her own persistence. She clung to him like a leech. What now? There was nowhere left to run. The slow-witted owner finally realized the truth. Did she set this whole thing up? He cried out in helplessness. Please just stop this. But Nam Se-hee paid him no mind. I will stick to you just like you asked, Lee. Okay, June. For a whole month he felt suffocated. What must I do to make you let me go? Placing a hand on his neck, Nam Se-hee whispered dangerously, You know exactly what it is I want. Suddenly, a sharp static noise crackled like a short circuit. The watch on Manager Kim's wrist screamed an error warning. Darkness swallowed the entire amusement park. Manager Kim panicked instantly. Young miss, are you all right? Seconds later, the lights flickered back on. Nam Se-hee giggled mischievously. Did I scare you? Just a momentary blackout. However, when she opened her eyes, she was left dumbfounded. The man who should have been right in front of her had vanished. Lee Ok-jun. Ok-jun. Meanwhile, the owner was already safe in the driver's seat of his truck, chin resting on his hand. Contract cancellation fees. What a drag. But I cannot let that woman toy with me forever. I refuse to be treated like some plaything bought with money. Nam Se-hee, that she-devil. I won't let you do whatever you please with this truck. Protect me, my steel friend. That evening, Manager Kim stood before Chairwoman Yoon Hee-ri to accept her punishment. I apologize, Chairwoman. The woman gazed out the glass window, her eyes 3 parts cold indifference and 7 parts murderous intent. I told you not to interfere. Manager Kim tried desperately to salvage the situation. Please give me one more chance. I guarantee he won't be able to cook for the rest of his life. No, I can do even more than that. But before she could finish, a terrifying pressure crushed the air around her. Yoon-hee approached. Lifting Kim's chin, she whispered menacingly, "Stop meddling, Manager Kim. We must make him leave of his own free will. If Se-hee finds out I ruined everything, she will collapse again. Just like 20 years ago, when she caused her father's death. One beautiful day at the Department of Fashion Design, the owner had parked his truck nearby waiting for the perfect moment. The pizza was finally ready. He sliced it with precision. Looks delicious. It's a shame about the amusement park incident, but luckily I secured a spot for the food truck at the university festival. Seeing these students brings back so many memories. I was once one of them after all." Suddenly, a customer arrived. "1 slice of pepperoni, please," he snapped back to reality. No time for nostalgia now. 1 pepperoni coming right. He froze. "Park Yuri." The girl looked equally shocked. Brother Junho smiled gently, confusion in his eyes. "Wait, aren't you a high school student?" Park Yuri covered her mouth, laughing gracefully. "That was years ago, brother." Junho couldn't hide his surprise and sentimental feelings. "I didn't expect you to be a university student already. You haven't changed a bit." Yuri watched him work, a secret blush creeping up her neck. Suddenly, Junho asked, "Is that guy next to you your boyfriend?" She hastily denied it. "No, just a friend, a classmate from fashion design." She turned to Seun. "Here, try the pizza he made." Yuri spoke politely but firmly. "I'm on a diet, so I'll just have 1 bite, okay? This is incredible. The savory umami of the fennel radiating from the salty pepperoni melting together with the spicy seasoning. It's absolute perfection. And the blend of different cheeses creating a harmony of flavors. This layer of cheese is wrapping around my soul. I'm supposed to be dieting, but this crust, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. The more I chew, the better it gets. This is criminal." She couldn't help but ask Brother Junho, "Since when could you cook like this?" "It's too good," Junho replied humbly. "Is it? Seeing you enjoy it makes me happy," he chuckled. "I didn't think you'd actually eat it all. Every last crumb." Park Yuri suddenly realized she had devoured over 10 pizzas worth of calories. "There goes my diet." Junho glanced at her badge. "You said you're in fashion design. I remember you used to win art awards back in the day." Yuri was surprised. "You remember that?" Junho reminisced fondly. "Every time you won, you'd demand I treat you to a meal. It was brutal for a dirt-poor student like me." Park Yuri stammered, flushed with embarrassment. I was such a childish brat back then, wasn't I?" Junho handed her another slice, his voice filled with warmth. "I'm proud of you. You made it into the best university in Korea. You worked hard." Park Yuri froze for 5 seconds, struck by Cupid's arrow. It wasn't until her friend called out that she snapped back. "See-un Yuri. Hurry up." She scrambled to thank him. "Thank you, the pizza was amazing," Junho teased her one last time. "Sure thing, but if you eat all that by yourself, you'll get fat." Park Yuri's face turned beet red as she shouted back, "Hey," even as she walked away. "She promised I'll see you later." Junho watched the little girl who had grown up so much and let out a sigh of relief. What a day. Relief washed over him to see her safe, but he had no idea of the internal war she was fighting. "Please, let me go." The nightmare tightened its grip like a black serpent coiling around her throat. She screamed into the void, "Stop it, release me." Her friend's voice snapped her back to reality. Oh, sorry." Even in class, her mind drifted back to him, God-Chun. She was completely love-struck, doodling his face in her notebook with a goofy grin. He was just too handsome. Naturally, the professor scolded Park Yuri. Park Yuri was hopeless. Walking down the hallway, her eyes automatically locked onto Junho's truck outside. "There he is," she giggled. Distracted by love, she crashed straight into a stranger. "I'm so sorry." Later, as her friends patched her up, they sensed something was off. "You're acting weird today. What's the deal?" Seeing her stutter, they pounced. "What is it you've been spacing out since you saw that pizza truck? Is that older guy your type or something?" Hearing her idol called an old guy, Yuri snapped. "He is not an old guy." Her defensive outburst only fueled their curiosity. "Oh ho. What's so special about him then? Spill the tea." "I'm dying of curiosity here. Start from the beginning," Yuri sighed, her eyes glazing over. "My heart first skipped a beat back in middle school. He was my very first love." A flashback revealed a younger Yuri rushing to the door just to see Junho. "Hello, Appa." Every time they met, he had a sweet treat for her. Junho would tease. "You never say no to candy, do you? Careful, you'll get chubby." She punched his arm playfully. "It's your fault for giving them to me. So mean." But those small moments filled her heart until it overflowed. One winter day, Junho found her waiting in the freezing cold. Yuri, what are you doing out here? She gathered all her courage. I waited to give you this. It was a Christmas gift. But he misunderstood. You should save these kinds of gifts for your boyfriend, not me. Yuri went silent, then looked him in the eye. Appa, I'm a high schooler now. In just 3 years, I'll be a university student. When I get into college, can I confess to you then? She expected a rejection, but Junho laughed warmly. Yuri blushed, embarrassed. Why are you laughing? Junho leaned down, gently adjusting her earmuffs. Sorry, but that sounds nice. It's normal to have a crush on the neighbor Appa. To him, it was puppy love. He walked away with a wave. Focus on your studies for now. Don't catch a cold. That simple acknowledgement turned Yuri into a puddle of happiness. Merry Christmas, I have to be brave. She held on to that hope even when he suddenly vanished from her life one day. But fate wasn't done. Back in the present, Yuri approached the truck. Welcome, she handed him a drink, asking if he had a moment. Sitting on a bench, Junho was the protective older brother type. It's still chilly at night. Yuri nodded shyly. Yes, it is. Then she dropped the question. Do you have a girlfriend? Junho paused. A girlfriend, his mind flashed to a certain nuisance. He thought of the chaotic people at SH and the constant threats to his business. With everyone targeting my truck, I have zero energy for dating. Yuri needed to be sure. So, that means you don't have one, right? The moment he said, yeah, she went on the offensive. I'm a university student now, so what I mean is, I've always... But before she could finish, the roar of a propeller drowned her out. A helicopter descended carrying the chaotic Nam Se-hee. Brother God-Chun Yuri looked up in alarm while Junho felt a migraine coming. Why now? Nam Se-hee launched herself at Junho. Oppa, why are you here? It really is destiny. Junho looked terrified. How did you even find me? She grinned. I'm a grad student at this university, obviously. Watching this intimacy, Yuri panicked. What? What is your relationship? Nam Se-hee answered confidently. We are an engaged couple. Yuri's world shattered instantly. He doesn't have a girlfriend because he has a fiancée. And who was this God-Chun? Did he change his name? Junho waved his hands frantically. It's a long story. Listen, it's all nonsense. Yuri grabbed onto that lifeline. Really, it's just a joke, right, you and her? But Nam Se-hee wasn't having it. She glared daggers at Yuri. It is not a joke. Is there any reason we can't be together? She stepped closer, voice low. Don't tell me. Does this little kid like my God-Chun? Yuri flinched. Junho snapped. Stop spouting nonsense. He turned to explain. I moved here when I was in college. She was just a middle schooler back then. Since we were neighbors, we saw each other often. We got close. As he rambled on, Yuri felt a cold dread rising. I know what's coming, her heart screamed. Stop. Please don't say those words. But the executioner's blade fell. She's just like a little sister to me. The words echoed in Yuri's mind, destroying her completely. The moment we met again, my heart felt like it would explode. I thought it was destiny, she thought bitterly. I hoped you felt the same way. But the reality was cruel. She's just like a little sister. His honest explanation cut deeper than any rejection. It was the friend zone. Know the times, sister zone, asterisk. A story only the two of them knew now, separated by an unbridgeable gap. And of all people, why did the rival have to be Nam Se-hee? Frustration boiled over. Fighting back tears, Yuri tried desperately to hide her shattered heart and disappointment. Park Yui announced her departure duty, calling in the form of homework. See you later, brother. Junho watched her retreating figure in silence, his gaze unreadable. But peace was short-lived as he returned to the food truck. Nam Se-hee materialized instantly, pouting with practiced cuteness. Hey there, mister, I have arrived. However, she added, clutching her stomach, I am absolutely starving. Junho asked the ultimate question. Do you like pizza? Nam Se-hee pondered, before dropping a gourmet bomb. Pizza. I have dined at the 3-star Stella J. Marine. It was a royal pizza topped with the finest Iberico ham, black truffles, and Caspian caviar. Junho blinked, the fancy ingredients flying right over his head. Ham and caviar. What? Se-hee tapped her chin and mumbled, honestly, that flavor profile was a disaster. Junho crossed his arms, confidence radiating from him like a sun. Then, you have simply never tasted the peak of pizza perfection. Se-hee's eyes lit up. You will make me a masterpiece. Junho's eyes narrowed dangerously. Deal. Before she knew it, Se-hee stood frozen, trapped inside a work apron. Work for food, she gasped. Junho retorted with savage logic. Why should it be free? Are you a goddess or something? Look at me. Is there a single part of me that isn't gorgeous? She shamelessly pointed to her face. My eyes are art, my nose is divine. and everything else is perfection. Junho was left utterly speechless. Here we go again. Enough nonsense, focus. Pizza making begins with the dough, though for speed we shall use the pre-aged batch. When Se-hee replied with enthusiastic gibberish, Junho had to warn her. Do not even think about snacking on the raw ingredients. First dust the flour, then spin to thin it out. Se-hee clumsily lifted the dough, only to puncture it instantly. Ah, a casualty, I tore a hole in it. Junho sighed, his patience tested, but stepped in to guide her. Give me your hands, let me show you. Kneading dough was a martial art of its own. As Se-hee watched their fingers interlace, her mind drifted away from cooking entirely. Making pizza is the absolute best, she dreamily concluded. She asked, what is the next step? The demon chef answered coldly. Spin and toss. We must harness the centrifugal force to even out the crust. The dough took flight, dancing in the air. The customers watched in awe, a true performance by the pizza master, incredible. Look at those moves. Meanwhile, Nam Se-hee stood there, taking a face full of flour. How unromantic, she thought, feeling ridiculous. Your turn, Se-hee. She stammered me. You want me to? Okay. The deed was done. Junho banished the prepped pizza into the inferno of the oven. After topping it with love, it baked for 10 minutes. Behold, fresh from the fire, a potato bacon pizza crowned with mayonnaise. Se-hee picked up a slice. Time to judge. She took the first bite. Instantly, reality shattered. The crust was a cloud, soft yet chewy, dissolving on the tongue. Bacon and potato clashed in a symphony of savory brilliance. The tangy acidity of the special tomato sauce cut through the grease like a blade. But then the cheese and mayonnaise delivered a critical hit to her senses. It felt like a delicious crime against her own body. Dopamine flooded her brain. It was maddeningly good. Mr. Look, she suddenly cried out. Junho turned to see Se-hee, pulling a string of cheese a full meter long. He could only sigh at her antics. Suddenly, a new challenger approached. 1 potato pizza, please. Junho moved with lightning speed, boxing the order. Here is your order. Perfect timing, it is fresh. That will be 3,501. The customer paused. You would charge me, brother? Junho looked up, stunned. Huh. Standing there was a short-haired, stylish beauty grinning brightly. Brother Junho. He froze for seconds before processing. Park Yui. Se-hee's radar pinged instantly. Oh, the girl from yesterday. The two girls shared a single dangerous thought. I will not let this thief steal him. Absolutely not. Junho scratched his head awkwardly. Sorry you changed so much. I did not recognize you. Park Yui played the shy card. Is it strange, or is the hair too short? But then Junho delivered a critical strike. No, I mean, you look beautiful. Yui's internal referee blew the whistle. That smooth talk was illegal. Se-hee immediately interjected. Am I not pretty today? Junho rolled his eyes. Sure, sure. The brief exchange left Park Yui pouting in jealousy. The atmosphere was heavy with rivalry. Battle lines were drawn. Park Yui seized his left arm. Let me help brother Nam Se-hee latched onto his right. Mister, I am far more skilled than her. Junho, the protagonist, stood frozen in the eye of the storm. Salvation arrived, as Chief Kim appeared, dragging Se-hee away to her doom. Miss, it is time for your tutoring. No, my mister, she wailed as she was hauled off. Junho turned to Yui. I already paid you with that pizza. She thought he was teasing and snapped. Hey, are you serious? I am done playing around. But his voice softened. I mean it. The owner has decided, kid. As his finger brushed the tip of her nose, Yuri's expression instantly darkened. Hey, do you have any idea how much money I spent on this makeup today? Junho flinched, guilt instantly washing over him. Really, here, let me wipe that powder off for you. But he never saw it coming. With a mischievous smirk, Yuri slammed his head straight into the plate of flour. Looking at the mask of white powder covering Junho's face, Yuri couldn't contain her laughter. Appa, your makeup looks absolutely stunning. Come here, my little flour monster, let me clean you up. As she gently wiped his face, her mind began to wander, and the words slipped out before she could stop them. Hey, can I ask you something? What is your ideal type? Junho answered without hesitation. My ideal type? Honestly, I haven't given it much serious thought. Then a specific image formed in his mind. Actually, I suppose I like girls with short hair, maybe dyed a bright, bold color. I'm not into pale skin. But most importantly, I want someone who stands on her own 2 feet. Someone who doesn't rely on money or power. Junho told himself silently, that's right, as long as it isn't Nam Se. Anyone but her. Suddenly, he looked up. But why are you suddenly curious about my type? Before he could finish, a towel hit him square in the face. She had covered his eyes on purpose. Because Junho had no idea that inside Yuri's head, the gears of romance were turning wild. Short hair, bright color, tan skin, hardworking. That is literally me. The delusion took root instantly. Does this mean he has feelings for me too? Just as she prepared to speak, a chilling voice drifted from the shadows behind them. Found you. Yuri froze. The intruder leaned in his face inches from hers. You were about to say something, weren't you? Junho sensed the atmosphere shift instantly. Who the hell are you? The stranger let out a mocking laugh. Oh me, I'm her boyfriend. He turned his gaze back to Yuri, his eyes predatory. You've gotten prettier while I wasn't watching. Yuri trembled, her voice weak. Senior Tuan, please stop. I told you we broke up. His expression twisted into a threat. Ha. Since when did you get to decide that? He grabbed her jaw, forcing her to look into his eyes. I was just playing around before. Yuri was on the verge of tears, paralyzed by fear. Stop it. Please. Just stop. But just as despair threatened to consume her, a pig-like squeal erupted through the air. Junho had grabbed the scumbag by both ears, lifting him up like a caught frog. Hey, college boy, Tuan screamed in pain. Damn it, let go of me. Junho sighed, his voice cold as ice. Wow, I really couldn't listen to that garbage anymore. The moment he was released, Tuan spun around. He threw a punch aiming for Junho's face. Get lost. But Junho simply leaned back, dodging the strike with effortless grace. Don't you think you're crossing the line? Tuan roared in humiliation. Who do you think you are to interfere with us? Junho paused, glancing at Yuri's tear-streaked face. He made his decision. Me, I am her boyfriend. Got a problem with that. Yuri was suddenly pulled into his strong embrace, her eyes wide with shock. Standing opposite them was the fury of a man with no title named Tuan. How dare you love another guy? Junho had heard enough. He stepped in front of Yuri, shielding her completely. He leaned down, his voice dropping an octave. Enough. Get lost. The commotion had finally attracted the crowd. Is there a fight over by the truck? Wait. Isn't that the class representative from the 4th year? Tuan realized the situation was slipping out of his control. He couldn't afford to lose face here. Hey Park Yuri, you're going to regret this. Just you wait. Seeing the scumbag act tough until the very end made Junho's blood boil. He tore the towel off his head. That bastard. I really want to. Suddenly, soft arms wrapped around him from behind. Yuri buried her face in his back. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Junho turned around, his expression softening. Don't apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. He gently wiped the tears from her cheeks. Yuri's heart raced. I'm so embarrassed. It hurts. Why did he have to show up now? But if Junho keeps being this sweet, I'm going to fall for him even harder. Just as the moment became intimate, familiar voices shouted out, Yuri, hey. Yuri snapped back to reality. Wait, my friends, is something wrong? And that's when she realized. She was still hugging Junho tightly. Panic took over. Her reflex was faster than her brain. Asterisk, crack asterisk. She drove her knee straight into his face. Junho stood there confused and in pain. I just hugged you. Yuri was horrified. I'm sorry, you startled me. Oh no, Appa. You have a nosebleed. Even while bleeding, Junho pointed a shaking finger. Only use one tissue. Those are expensive. Yuri turned to her friends, flustered. Guys, wait a second. But the look on their faces was grim. We're in trouble. The department pub. It's a disaster. Yuri blinked. What's going on? She ran back to her department booth only to hear the devastating news. Senior Tuan. He said he won't pay for any of the ingredients or the alcohol. He said, if we want the funding, you have to go and apologize to him personally. Yuri. This is driving me crazy. If we don't sell anything today, do you know what happens? We have to pay for everything out of our own pockets. Damn it. Why do we have to suffer because of your drama? The accusations rained down on her like stones. Yuri felt small, helpless, and terrified. I'm sorry. I'll fix this. Forget it, I will handle him myself. But suddenly, Junho interjected. This is enough, right? We need to create something from this pile of ingredients. While Park Yuji stood there, blinking in confusion at Junho, her friends realized the truth. Wait, isn't this yesterday's leftovers? Just unsold scraps. Before anyone could even process the situation, Junho had already changed into his uniform, commanding them. Why are you all standing there? Like statues, get ready. We are opening for business. Moments later, the department store stall was swarming with customers like a chaotic army. Is this the pub from the science department? I have been waiting for an hour. Is it really that good? I heard the snacks here are legendary. Park Yuji took charge of serving. Customer number 36, your order is ready. Everyone gasped at her beauty. Meanwhile, she looked at Junho with pure worship. Appa, you are insane. Seriously, what kind of magic did you use? Junho wiped the sweat from his brow and explained. You know how it is. Festival pub menus are always the same. Tteokbokki fish cakes, sausage, egg rolls, chicken skewers, pancakes, kimchi. Seeing her nod. Exactly, he continued with a smirk. But just twist that old menu a little, and it becomes a brand new sensation. Take the standard kimchi pancake. Add bacon and cheese, then grill it. The kimchi pancake becomes crispy, soaking up the fragrant bacon fat. Crunchy on the outside, soft and warm on the inside. The spicy, rich flavor explodes, wrapped in a layer of melting, greasy cheese. A salty and sweet combo, kimchi cheese bacon pancake paired with condensed milk corn cheese. While he was rambling, Yuji's friend called out, Yuri, is table 39 ready? Yuji shouted back. Bringing it out right now, Junho saw her exhaustion and stepped in. Let me take that. Careful not to trip. She beamed at him. Yes. Appa, thank you so much. Meanwhile, Junho questioned his own sanity. Geez, I should be selling pizza right now. What on earth am I doing here? But then his gaze halted on Park Yuji's innocent, radiant smile. But maybe this is enough for now. Time passed and customers left with satisfied faces. Wow, I am stuffed. This place is top tier. Junho took a breather. I am going to the restroom. Park Yuji smiled brightly. Okay. At that exact moment, a shadow sneaked into the kitchen. It was none other than the nameless ex-Twan. He glared at Park Yuji from afar. You are smiling, Park Yuji. You brought this on yourself. With dark intent, he dumped a mysterious bag into the batter mix. Just as he tried to flee, he slammed into Junho. Ah, sorry. Junho instantly recognized Yuji's ex-boyfriend. Why can't that bastard just stay out of my sight? But the guy had already vanished into the crowd. That low-life scum. Sensing the commotion, Park Yuji rushed over. Is something wrong, Junho Appa? Junho answered grimly. That jerk put something in the kimchi batter. Park Yuji could not hide her panic. You mean that stuff? Junho remained calm, his face unreadable. Yeah. He dumped a mountain of chili powder in it. Park Yuji blinked. Wait, just chili powder? Junho felt the guy was incredibly childish. That petty loser. Is that the best revenge plan he could come up with? But we are in trouble. That was our last batch of ingredients. Park Yuji sighed. How can we sell this? Just looking at it makes my eyes water. Junho grabbed a knife from the table. He dares to mess with the food. The terrifying sight made Park Yuji rush to stop him. Calm down, Appa, please. Junho wore a face of absolute determination. I am not going to let this slide. Twan was happily chugging beer nearby. So refreshing. However, time passed and Junho's stall was still open. What the hell? He should have given up and closed shop by now. Why? Don't tell me he is actually selling that poison. He pushed through the crowd to check the situation. Inside the tent, customers were screaming in agony. What is this? It's spicy enough to kill. Help me. Mom, I am sorry. Hello, is this 911? I can't feel my eyes. Twan could not hide his excitement. He actually sold it. That lunatic. No, this is perfect. Let's watch you get torn apart by angry customers. Park Yuji was trembling with worry. Junho Appa, what do we do? But everyone just saw Junho counting down. 3, 2, 1. Instantly, the customers roared. Boss, give us another bottle of beer. Twan stood there, jaw on the floor, unable to process reality. Why is the place even more packed? Why? He clutched his face, looking up at the sky in despair while the customers went wild. What they say? It's a new spicy challenge menu. No seats left. Whatever, we will share a table. Junho saw Park Yuji still, looking dazed and smugly lifted his chin, demanding praise. See that I told you not to worry. Park Yuji was genuinely shocked. How did you do it this time? You didn't use magic again, did you? Junho explained. Curious, since we are. If it burns, let it set the soul on fire. Make it that addictive agony, the kind that leaves you craving more, just like the strongest wine. But there was a secret ingredient. Park Yuji, driven by curiosity, took a bite only to scream, my throat is on fire. Save me. Runho reacted instantly. Appearing now. The special ghost mayonnaise, the ultimate cure for the heat. The moment it touches the tongue, it burns like liquid fire. It stings, but this magic sauce soothes the spice perfectly. What is happening to me? My hand just cannot stop moving. The secret formula is the special ghost mayo. 6 parts mayonnaise, 2 parts sugar, 1 part lemon juice, 3 parts soda, and a pinch of salt. Meanwhile, a war has broken out over every single slice. Just one more bite. No, it is mine. Get back. They are fighting over the super spicy Cheongyang pepper smoked kimchi pizza. Paired with that legendary ghost mayo, Park Yuji worked her mind drifting to him. When I am with Junho, the world feels a little less terrifying. It is as if he can hold up the sky itself. My heart pounded against my ribs until I could barely breathe. It is suffocating. I like him so much. Suddenly, Junho broke the silence. What exactly happened between you and that guy? Park Yuji's mind drifted back to the dark days. He was not always a monster. Once he was kind. He was the one who reached out when I was drowning in loneliness. But as I began to find my light and make friends, his jealousy and possessiveness grew into a suffocating shadow. I asked to break up, but his pride was hurt more than his heart. From that day on, he began to torment me. But I will not endure it in silence anymore. I want to show everyone my true self. I want to shine not just on the outside. Suddenly, tears. These peppers are lethal. Seeing her cry, he reached out to comfort her gently. Wait, do not touch her. Your eyes will burn. But in this romantic atmosphere, Yuji had to scream, Brother Junho, your hands are covered in chili powder. Ah, Junho realized too late. Oh, I am so sorry. But the drama had already caught the crowd's attention. The gossip mongers were ready. What is wrong with them? Are they lovers? What is the deal with the pizza guy? Let me tell you, that is the kimchi pizza guy. Hearing this, T decided to add fuel to the fire. That is right, they are officially dating. Let us see how you live without him now. Park Yuji. The customers cheered, delighted by the fresh gossip. What really? No wonder he helped her. Your taste is intense, Yuji. But he is quite handsome, is he not? Hey handsome, how old are you? Are you married yet? Park Yuji flustered, clung to his arm. Brother Junho, what do we do? Sorry, but he does not seem to mind the attention. Well, you started the lie first. Oh my god, this is driving me crazy. All right, you all have questions, right? Let us party. If I win the drinking game, I will answer everything. You little brats. The entire restaurant focused their energy on one man. Drink, 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 bottoms up. Over here, table 8. Everyone chanted his name. Wow, this is insane. How is he so fast? Brother, Park Yuji suddenly remembered. Ah, that is right. Back in university. He was a legend in the student council. Junho was in his element. Pouring drinks like a god. Pour it up. A school of fish staring at a whale. Unbelievable. How did he survive 16 rounds? Park Yuji beamed with pride. He really is the saint of socializing, isn't he? Someone pretended to be angry. So annoying. Let us play the king game. Just you wait, you will not escape me this time. Numbers 1 and 3. Kiss immediately. Junho tried to stop the madness. Hey, let us skip this. It is going too far. But the crowd was hungry for drama. Finally, he was trapped. He looked utterly helpless. Listen to me, you are all drunk. But nobody was listening. Who is number 3? Not me. Sorry, not me either. Is it a ghost? No one noticed that Park Yuji was silent. Really, is it me? It is just a game, right? Yes, just a game. She looked at her hand. She held the number 2 card. But when she looked up, Nam Se-hee was kissing Junho on the lips. Nam Se-hee has entered the chat. Junho recoiled in shock. What are you doing? When did you get here? Nam Se-hee felt no shame. Oh ho, how rude. This is a royal decree from the queen. She flashed the number 3 card with a smirk. The table erupted. This was top-tier gossip. Who is she? Is she from our class? Am I the only one sensing a weird vibe between them? But what about Yuji? It was just a game. Right? Junho sighed deeply. Sigh. I do not want to be involved with you. Stop this. Nam Se-hee ignored his words completely. If my identity leaks here, it will be headline news tomorrow. Drink another beer. Hurry. Are you an elementary schooler? Making a fuss over a simple kiss? Nam Se-hee whispered a secret into his ear. Well, it was the first kiss of a second-generation Chaebol heiress after all. Junho instantly sprayed his drink everywhere. Really? She hugged him tight, enjoying the chaos. Look at him panic. How cute. He has no idea what to do, Nam Se-hee teased him mercilessly. Keep standing there and you will be caught. Run. Watching this scene, a fire ignited in Park Yuji's heart. She poured herself a beer, her mind racing. Nam Se-hee, a woman so beautiful even other women stare. Rich, perfect, lacking nothing. But I cannot give up. I cannot let this slide. I have already fallen too hard for him. She marched after Nam Se-hee and Junho as they left. Talk to me right now. Drink this, hurry. Meanwhile, in a shadowed alleyway, Nam Se-hee stood cornered. Fear loosened her tongue and she began to babble. Listen here, I am a human weapon. I was a varsity fencing champion. I have gold medals in equestrian arts. I even have a master-level yoga certification. Do not test me. Behind her, Go-Dio-K-chun floated in spirit form, cheering her on. Fear not, my future daughter-in-law Papa is here to protect you. Se-hee glanced around nervously. Why did you drag me to this creepy place? She demanded. Dio-K-chun shivered, thinking the school at night felt like a haunted graveyard. The silence stretched until it was suffocating. Since Park Yu-ji refused to speak, Se-hee snapped. Well, what business do you have with me? Yu-ji spun around violently, Se-hee expecting an ambush, threw her hands up in a desperate defensive stance. You dirty coward, sneak attack, she shrieked. But when she peeked through her fingers, she gasped. Wait, are you attacking me with vintage photos of Dio-K-chun? Hold on, hand those over. As she gazed at the pictures, her heart couldn't handle the visual impact. Erg. My heart. The handsomeness. It physically hurts. 1 billion won, I will pay 1 billion right now. Park Yu-ji was thunderstruck by the number. 1 billion. Are you insane? I never said I was selling. But Se-hee wasn't finished. That is the price for a single photo. Yu-ji's brain short-circuited. How does one even respond to such madness? Seeing her hesitation, Se-hee misunderstood completely. Is that too low? Fine. 1 billion per photo, name your price. Yu-ji's inner capitalist screamed in delight. Her mind raced 1 billion per photo. There were at least 100 photos here. No, get a grip, Yu-ji. She slapped her cheeks mentally. Regaining her composure, she made her offer. I will give you the entire collection. But I have one condition. Nam Se-hee tilted her head intrigued. A condition. Yu-ji took a deep breath, her eyes serious. Wear this, she said, holding up the dress. My masterpiece. Meanwhile, the campus speakers blared. The fashion design department's runway show is about to begin. Behold, the pride of Jeonhwa University students. Please gather around the main stage. The atmosphere was electric. Nam Se-hee looked at the dress, then at Yu-ji, disbelief written on her face. You want me to model this? Yu-ji's intention was pure. I just want him to see my work being adored by the crowd, Yu-ji admitted. And if someone as beautiful as you wears it, the dress will shine even brighter. Suddenly, Se-hee's expression hardened. I refuse. Yu-ji flinched, old trauma resurfacing. Was she being bullied again? She began to tremble. Nam Se-hee, you already have everything in the world, Yu-ji whispered. But this design, this is all I have. Se-hee smirked, her eyes gleaming with mischief. Exactly. If someone perfect like me takes this moment too, the gods would call it unfair. I intend to win Dio-K-chun's heart with my own skills, not yours. So get out there and show them what you are made of. She unclasped her expensive necklace and fastened it around Yuji's neck. Spinning her toward the mirror, she whispered, Look, see how brightly you shine. On the runway, lights flashed as models strutted in dazzling couture. The announcer's voice boomed. Next up, Park Yu-ji. Please prepare your entry. Park Yu-ji felt the world spinning. The bright lights distorted her vision. Anxiety clawed at her throat. I can't breathe. Can I really do this? Just then, a shadow fell over her. It was Taewon, her nightmare from the past. Park Yu-ji, he sneered. What pathetic game are you playing now? Yu-ji stumbled back in terror. Sunbae. Taewon stepped closer, his voice dripping with venom. Don't get cocky. You think you're something special. You will pay for humiliating me. I'm going to watch you crumble on that stage, trampled by ridicule, until there is nothing left of you. Next model enter, the MC shouted. Yuji's knees buckled. Her mind raced. What if she tripped? What if he ruined everything? She felt 1,000 eyes stabbing into her like needles. I can't, she sobbed internally. I'm not strong enough. Suddenly a sharp whistle cut through the noise. Yuji fighting. In the crowd, Junho held a massive banner. Park Yu-ji is legendary. Beside him, Nam Se-hee waved a sign reading, But the guy is mine. Yuji's heart swelled, pushing away the fear. That familiar voice acted like a spell. Her body moved on its own, drawn to him like a moth to a flame. The terrifying path was suddenly clear. Wait, that hoodie he's wearing? It was the gift she had been too cowardly to give him had he kept it close all this time. You cruel man, she thought, tears welling up. You treat me so well, then call me sister. No. You crossed the line first by wearing that. She didn't hesitate. She didn't walk. Park Yu-ji kicked off her high heels. The crowd gasped as she broke every rule of the runway. Is she running? Whispers rippled through the hall. But Yuji heard nothing. All the words she had swallowed back, all the fear, it all dissolved. There was only him. And for the first time in her life, she wasn't walking, she was flying toward her destiny.